Hello, everyone. My name is MJ, and this is my channel called Planning This Life. This is an offshoot from my main channel, which is Reading This Life. And this channel is based all around productivity, getting organized, and just living your best life. So it's more of like a lifestyle vlog. So today I'm here because usually on Sundays, I like to sit down and see what my week looks like. And I start plotting it out and planning it out. So I'm going to take this hour just to go through what I have. And I'm going to be available in case anyone pops in to help them out, chit chat, get to know each other. Also talk planning and organizing. So it's going to be a lot of different things. I have so many ideas that I want to share with you all. So it's just something brand new. So it's not going to be like a sprint. I'm just going to be here in the ether doing my thing. And I'll be picking my head up and seeing if anyone's here and if there's any comments or anything like that. So we're just going to dive into it. I hope you're all having a great Sunday. And if you're watching this on the replay, hello, it's good to see you. Okay, so I'm going to share with you one of my favorite products that I picked up recently, and this is a to-do list book. And let me just close out of that. Okay, this is a to-do list book, and I don't know if you could see that or not, but everything is blocked off. The entire book is just filled with checks, boxes to check, as well as the days of the week and a space to put some notes. And that's every single page. And there's my color, so you know that's why I love it. But this was, I saw it somewhere online and I went to pick it up, and I'm telling you, it's sturdy. It has a little bit of a protective covering. So if you toss it in your bag, if you toss it, somewhere and it gets moisture or coffee or tea or rain on it, it's going to be protected. So really, really good investment. If I can find the maker and the brand of this, I will let you know. I think this may be like, I don't know, like an independent published type book, because there's nothing written in it. So I don't know, but if this is an independently published to-do list, it's fantastic. Hello, how are you? I'm just getting started with some planning. So let me know who's here in the chat. It's good to see you. Hey, Erie, what's going on? Happy Sunday to you too. Interesting thing about me with planning is that I have a certain pen for a certain book. Is that weird? Is it just me? I don't know. But this is actually a pen from, is it late or early for an MJ stream? It's just about right. How's that? It's just about right. It's not too late. It's not too early. I'm like Goldilocks tonight. This pen is fully erasable and the gel ink is so nice in it. And I have to use this pen specifically to write in this book. And if I write in another pen, I think it would freak me out. Erie, what's your favorite planning stuff? It's fascinating to learn what subscribers are into. Like, so many people commented about different pens that they use, about collections that they have. I was like, this is taking BookTube to a whole new level, and I love it. Are you a fountain pen person, Erie? Hi, Gola. Happy Sunday. How are you? Steno pad and a Bic click. I do love a good click. I actually did my first full-length video for this channel earlier today, and it's for a set of pens that I got. And one of the features of it is that it's a low click pen. So as you don't disturb anyone else, but you still get that clickable feature. Very interesting. A stenographer pad. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Happy Sunday, Gola. Gola, you're into pens too. All my pen people are showing up. And how about, I followed somebody on BookTube. Oh, I can't think of her name. It escapes me. But she often shows fountain pens that she treats herself to. And she said that she picked it up at a pen convention. So I had to go down a rabbit hole, and there's a pen convention coming up in Philadelphia in January, and I just might go to it. I just might go to it. That would really put me over the edge. That's almost as bad as going to like a book sale, like a library book sale, but more expensive. I have so many of my father's pens. Like, it's insane. I have cross sets. My father was a huge cross set fan. Like, when I graduated college, it was, you had to have, you know, the cross matching ballpoint with matching pencil. So since he passed, I have so many different sets of that. And of course, when I'm reading American Psycho, what comes up but cross pens? And what else? Fountain pens. A lot of fountain pens my father had with the different nibs. But I think they're way messier than fountain pens are today. My fountain pen that I got a few years ago, it's just easy peasy. It has the little cartridges and you pop them in. That's it. But he was one that actually did, like, you know, you draw the ink up and all that. So I have a lot of those. But it's a fun hobby. I don't know. I'm geeking out over this channel. I love it. I don't know if you know or not, but when I was planning to rebrand this channel, I came up with like a brainstorm list of the different videos I want to do. I have 18 ideas. 18 ideas already that I could just pick up and go and just talk about all this kind of stuff. So we have 98 days left in the year. So my goal for this channel is to just get my butt in gear and to use the stuff that I have and to get prepped for 2024, because I know this is such, yes, Gola, conventions are a thing. I guarantee you there's one in Massachusetts. I guarantee you. Yeah, they are. It's just Google pen shows, and you will find like one website that will host all of the different ones all across the country, like, and all over the world. I saw some for the UK, and I'm like, man, if I go back to the UK last year, maybe I could coordinate it with a pen show. But yeah, you could go next level with that. But yeah, it's a thing. It really is a thing. I guess there's pen dealers, and there's different representatives from different pen companies. But I don't know if it's, what do you want to call it? Like retail available pens, or if they're more curated, or if they're more rare. I don't know. I've never experienced it, but it sounds really up my alley, which is crazy. So yeah, start looking them up. You could blame me. But yeah, so I don't even know where I was going with that or what I was talking about. But it was just fascinating getting to know like what everyone is into, outside of books, it's really cool. So yeah, so this is absolutely one of my favorite things that I fill out every single, pretty much almost every single day. And I have a lot of carryover too. Easier to carry than books. Yes, it is easier to carry than books. 1,000%. And more fun too. I never DNF'd a pen. Wait, have I? I have tried pens that I did not like and I put down. So yes, I guess we could say that I did DNF a pen. So yeah, so this is going to be like my new Sunday ritual, bringing in the accountability piece for me that I can actually get some stuff done while I do a live and chit chat with everyone and maybe inspire some other people to do the same. So yeah, that's what it's all about. So anything that I didn't finish in this to-do list, I kind of see if it needs to get carried over for the next day. And I'm not like maniac with it. I'm very flexible with myself. I'm very kind to myself because you have to be kind these days, Those days of being type A and not being flexible are gone. So I'll date this for tomorrow. I just love how this writes. The ink in this pen flows so well. And it's a gel ink. I don't know what size it is. It's a fine tip. And the blue, for some reason, writes better than the black, but it erases clean, so clean. And there's actually, I don't know if you could see it, there's 2 erasers. There's one here, and then there's one here. And this is Rewrite, REWRITE, erasable. And it's made by Skillcraft. I guess they're like an office supply company. Yeah. So do you guys have any productivity rituals or habits or anything like that? Or are you trying to develop some? And if you're watching on the replay, let me know in the comments. This could be a very fascinating series. I just love it. Last week I wrote in the notes, I said, today is a good day. Do you ever write positive notes to yourself? I love doing that. And on the booktube side of things, after I get done with this, I'm going to start Miss Mary. That should be fun. That's a buddy read I'm doing with my best friend. Okay. So I think I'm pretty set up for tomorrow. This is good. I've also started, hi, I just found the Commonwealth Pen Show. Oh, it was canceled? I saw that one. And I was wondering if it was for Pennsylvania because we're the Commonwealth state. Or did they reschedule it? Skillcraft has a contract with the Pentagon. There you go. So was that pen show rescheduled? Erie, have you been to a pen show? Inquiring minds want to know. That's so fun. Yeah, like I don't even know who the vendors are or anything. You're on that same website that I saw because I saw Commonwealth and I clicked on it and I'm like, oh, they had to cancel it. No way. Can you guys hear me clear enough? I had to like move some stuff. This is okay, just so everyone knows. This is the opposite side of my office. Nope, no pen show for me. No, is that like crack? Will you come home with like pocketfuls of pens? This over here is my book nook from a different angle. This over here is my desk where I do my normal lives for Support Small Booktube. And, if I'm on a show or something like that. Good. Thanks, Erie. And then Where I'm at now, my father had a drafting desk from like, I don't even know, 40s, 50s, whatever. And for some reason, I've always been very sentimental about it. And when he passed, this piece was kind of like a hard no, like I'm not getting rid of it, like it's coming home and I'm going to find a place for it and I'm going to do something with it. So what I did was I used some Annie Sloan paint and I gave it a very distressed look to it. And I use it for art planning. If I just want a change of scenery, if I'm working from home, I'll work over here sometimes. So this is just a different angle from this, my office, the space where I film all of my booktube stuff. Gola says it was canceled on short notice, not possible to reschedule. That stinks. What's the next one that's closest to you, or do they have anything set for 2024? Let's listen to me. Like, ooh, is there anything on the horizon? I'm sure there's virtual stuff too. You know, I'm sorry, guys. I should click on the comments as we're going through it. Just for people on the rerun. Yeah. Bic click. I'll have to look it up to see. My favorite pen is still my favorite pen. I don't have one. Do I have one with me? Let me see. I'm just trying to reach. I do. This is my favorite pen. And it is a Pilot Friction clickable. And this is 0.5. And this is fully erasable. And the fine tip is so clean for writing in journals, for writing in your day planner, for writing in anything like that. The ink flows. It's wonderful. There's different, the white ones are kind of hard to find these days. Amazon usually has them, but sometimes the prices are really bad. I was at Staples last week and they did not have what I was looking for. But I like the ones that have the clear eraser on top, and it's just clean. It's clean looking, but it erases perfectly. It's phenomenal. I didn't know. Yeah, we had that conversation. Woohoo. Telling you. Wonderful. It was canceled on short notice, not possible to reschedule. 4 colors, old school. So we've got black, red, blue. What's the other color? Blue, black? What's the 4th color? What am I missing? Or is it like something green or something like that? I still have my cough too. It's not as bad though. But this is a great pen. Ooh, that's a great pen. Green, the color of crazy people. Yes. I'm green adjacent. How about that? Green adjacent. That's not so bad. So let's see. What else have I been doing? I've started making inserts for my planners. I know I'm going off the deep end. And I have made a habit tracker. This is what it looks like. Yes, and I laminated it too. Oh, I know. You guys, I'm like revealing all this stuff about me that you had no idea that I was this intense and this deep into office supplies. Yeah, I have my own laminator and I created a habit tracker. And I don't know if you can see it or not, or if it's backwards, but it has for this week coming up, and it has all the habits that I want to make sure that I pay attention to, which is meditate. I've been on a meditation kick every single morning. I take 4 minutes. I listen to a guided meditation, and it really makes my day beautiful. I don't know how else to say it. Gym, water, stay hydrated. I'm not drinking enough water. I'm drinking more coffee than water, and that's not good. Sleep. I've been a little crazy with my sleep, so I need to make sure that I'm getting at least 5 hours, if not 6. 7 is optimal, but really my body just adjusted to like 5.5, 6 hours. Gotta read. And planners, make sure that I check in with my planners. So That's something that I've been working on. Let's see. I plan my future book reads. Also write down future events I go to, like 80s dance night. Ooh, yeah, that sounds good. 80s dance night. And what was that? King Richard's Flair? Cool. We don't have stuff like that where I live. Everybody's pretty much young and they don't do anything for the Gen Xers anymore. We're like dead to everybody. There's no like fun retro anything anymore. It stinks. We need like the AARP club. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get rid of that. People be texting. Yeah. And that's already went to King Richard's Fair this month, going again in October. So is King Richard's Fair like medieval time, like a medieval type thing? I'm not familiar with it. That's why I'm asking. What do you guys use anything for digital planning? I had a subscriber ask if I was going to do digital planning, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do digital planning. Specifically with the scribe. But then I'm also going to look at different apps. Sorry, my family's blowing up the phone. Yeah, so. And I don't really use a lot because a lot of the apps that are out there that I want to use, it's like you get it for like, you get to try it for 30 days and then you have to pay for it. Or only certain features are free. And then, in order to upgrade to get the good features, you have to pay for it. Like, I'm just not about that. Do you plan just personal stuff or do you have like a work planner too? I have a work planner that I keep at my office. And it doesn't have a lot because pretty much my days are volatile and I'm not exactly sure what my day is going to look like when I roll in. But if there's anything important that I need to write down, I'll write it down. But my planners are mostly for personal and for online for all the booktube stuff. So it keeps me organized. And then, for the personal, you have the usual stuff, routine dentist appointment and doctor's visits and stuff like that. But I also hold myself accountable with, the gym. If I have certain books that I want to read by a certain date, my lives that I do on Saturdays, I make sure that I put in the days that I'm going to be doing them just so stuff doesn't overlap. The one thing that I never want to have happen, and I know it's going to happen one day, is that I'm going to schedule a live and I'm not going to show up. Something like that is going to happen. And I'm trying to prevent that with everything in my skin and soul. It's just one of those things, that's like one of those things. It's like a nightmare when you wake up and you're going to work, but like you forgot to put your clothes on, like one of those. It's like, oh my God, I scheduled a live and I didn't show up. So yeah. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question, Ari. I plan a little bit of everything, but it's a lot of personal stuff too, like meditation, I did it a while ago and then I stopped. And I see a difference when I meditate and when I don't meditate. Same thing with drinking water. I see a difference when I drink, 160 ounces, or not 160, like 100 ounces a day compared to like not much. So it's just that kind of stuff that I want to keep myself on track with, because as we're getting older, that stuff is really important. And if you start neglecting it, it'll start showing up in other areas in your life, I think. Ha ha! Celeste, what are you doing here? What time is it in Paris? Man, what are you, just going to sleep? What's going on? Good to see you. We're talking about planners and pens and all kind of good stuff. So tell us what you're into, Celeste. Oh, it's a Renaissance fair. Oh, fun. I'll tell you what. I went to one like 20 years ago. And I did the whole archery thing. That was a lot of fun. But the characters at this one, the actors, they stayed in character the entire time, like from the day that they had to show up to go to work until the day that they left. And there was a scoundrel. I will never forget him. And he was sitting underneath a tree and he was eating an apple. And the way that he bit into that apple and looked at me sent chills down my spine. And I was like, oh my God, this guy takes his job way too seriously. It was chef's kiss perfection. Like, you couldn't have asked for a better looking scoundrel. He kind of reminded me of like the master from Doctor Who. He had that slick back hair with the ponytail, just played the part perfectly. But man, like, he was just sitting under a tree, taking a break, eating an apple, and the scoundrel came through. It was crazy. Those were a lot of fun, though. I haven't seen any advertised around where I live lately. I think there's one, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't really know. Good stuff. That's cool. They will stay in character at yours as well. I dress up. It's fun. Cool. What do you dress up as? Now, when you dress up, do they consider that that's not cosplay, right? That's like that's separate. I'm so out of touch with like what goes on in the world. I'm so naive to a lot of things in the world. Thank God for YouTube. That's a lot of fun. I dig that. Just 20 minutes past midnight here, but I don't have work tomorrow. I was watching the Toughest Prisons in the World show on Netflix right before. Wow. That sounds intense. What's the toughest one? Are they doing like a countdown? I wouldn't be able to sleep after watching that. The prison closest to me that's like haunted is that Eastern State Penitentiary. And I think that's just outside of Philly. And I don't know if they're doing it now, but the damn thing is haunted no matter what way, no matter, what time of year it is, it's haunted. Bottom line, teams and shows have been in there. They've caught all kinds of evidence and all that stuff. But for the Halloween season, for spooky season, they up it one more time and they have decorations and people dressed in costume and they scare the bejesus out of you. Like, you have to sign a release and all this kind of stuff. Like, the place is dangerous and scary to begin with. And now you're going to put crazy people in dressed up as stuff trying to scare you even more. Like, I'm going to pass. I would rather go see it during the daytime, and I would be scared out of my mind for that, for sure. Larry says, I've only been to one Renaissance festival and there were police raid over homemade. Oh, they were raiding it over mead? Really? That's so, like, you need a hobby. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because you need a license for it or something? Oh my Lord. Mead is good. Like honey-based alcohol? That's good. Good stuff. I went to a winery once in upstate New York, and that's all their wines were based on like honey, like mead. It was delicious. Really good stuff. Celeste, that's crazy. No countdown. This guy goes around the world and spends 1 week in each prison. Oh no! As an inmate, to talk to other inmates and get a better idea of each country's problems and all. It's really well done. Wow. So what countries have they covered so far? Aw. No, not cosplay. I wear my Hobbit outfit. Green cloak, white poofy shirt, and brown breeches. I just got some new gauntlets during my last visit. That's a lot of fun. I love that. So fun. Hobbitses. Let's see. What else? Can you believe it's that last week of September? Oh my gosh. I'm like beside myself. How many days left in the year? 98 days left in the year. And it's going to be October next week. Like, that's crazy. We're going to be saying all the holiday stuff pretty soon, for sure. Oh my gosh. Everything on my to-do list that I wanted to do today, I did. Yay. Yay, me. Celeste, you do planning? Are you a pen person? Do you love office supplies? Let us know. I know, it's crazy. It really is crazy, Gola. I don't know if it's because you ever notice, like, sometimes, especially with BookTube, you're so into reading like a certain book, and it might take you a little longer because the book is huge, it's a chunk, whatever, and then you blink and you're like, how is it the 25th of the month already? Like what happened? I think that happened to me with Dune. I really do. Just because it was such a and I was like dedicating so much time to it every day. I don't know. Sometimes I think BookTube, it takes you in like a time warp. Mm, so they're on the 7th season. Oh my gosh. Finland, Sweden, South Africa, Philippines, not the US though. I don't think the US would open their doors like that. I don't know. I don't know. It would have to be at the right prison. If you're talking county, maybe. If you're talking federal, possibly, but it's like a security issue, especially there was a guy that made nationwide news. He broke out of a prison here in Pennsylvania and he was on the loose and he like killed his ex-girlfriend or something like that. So, I'm sure like security wise, they would want to be very cautious about that. Plus, if the inmates found out that this guy was, not a real inmate, he'd probably be dead. Like, is he in isolation or is he with like Gen Pop? Is he with like, regular people? Erie asks, do I plan out holiday gifts or panic? I like to get an idea and then I ask for lists. I'm one of those people. Like, maybe I'll go outside of the box a little bit, but honestly, I want to get you something that you like and that I don't have to return. So I will ask for like an idea list and I will try to get everything done like the first or second week of December because one thing that I don't like to do is panic, especially during the holiday, because I host on Christmas Eve. And the worst is when you're worried about gifts and you're trying to get everything done and you have to host and you're like, and it's like, you're wrapping at midnight the day, on Christmas Eve, basically. So yeah, I'm trying to plan it out. I like to plan it out a little bit better. Big time. My grandma and I will go to Target just to look at stuff, namely office supplies. Oh my God. Girl, you are my sister from another mister. And it's like excuse me, the best time of year is like now with all the kids going back to school because all the hot new pens and all the hot new office supplies come in. I think I need to work for like a pen factory or something. I need like to to be their test person. Maybe that'll happen. I think maybe if this channel, this channel is just another extension of me. So if it takes off and it does well, that's great. If it doesn't, that's great because I'm still like showing myself. But if some pen company sends me one pen in the mail, I'll know that like my opinions are valid. Like I will be validated for the work that I do. Oh. Oh, yeah. Besides scheduling, I also track my reading and writing. So do you track your word count when you're writing and you're reading? Do you track your page count? And what do you use to track them? Do you have an Excel spreadsheet or do you have like a notebook? Because I should do that, but I think sometimes with me and tracking like that, if I don't do well the day before, like I'll get down on myself. Do you know what I mean? So I'll always want to keep like the same level. So I have to be very kind with myself or else I could go off, not the deep end, but I'll be like, oh, I read 65 pages yesterday and I read 2 today. What's wrong with me? Do you know what I mean? I'll have like that kind of self-talk. I'm I mean, there is a camera guy in there with him, so it's definitely obvious he's not a regular prisoner. Sometimes from the conversations going on, you can tell the inmates know he's getting out and awake. But then is it really real? Like, are you really getting the true experience, or is it contrived? Do you know what I mean? Like, if the inmates are in on it, you're not getting the full deal. You're getting what they want you to see. Yeah. Mm-mm. I don't know. I'm sure it's fascinating though, but if they didn't know that he was there and he just had like a lapel camera on or something like that, that would be way better. But him walking around with a cameraman, you're a sitting duck. They probably have the inmates come in and like they have like a little setup stage area or something. Because that's for TV. That's for TV. It's fake news, Celeste. That's hard to believe. Erie, as a weird bit of trivia, Tom Hanks is a big collector of floaty pens. Now, define floaty pen. Is that a fountain pen that you pull the ink through, that you draw the ink through? I don't know what a floaty pen is. Enlighten me to that. He also collects typewriters. I know that. Hi, Jess. What's going on? We're hanging out. We're talking productivity. Do you do anything regarding productivity? Planners, calendars, to-do lists, all that good stuff? I need a way to track my reading. I have a Goodreads story graph, but it seems too fancy for the little amount I actually use it. But when I try pen and paper or spreadsheets, it's definitely not as intuitive. Yeah. How do you track, Gola? Tell us. What's your secret? Tell us your secret. I use Word Counter app for writing. I count chapters I read for reading. Okay. And then how do you document that? So you go back and you look at your progress. Or don't you? Because that would be interesting too. Well, we've been chatty. It's those ballpoints that were touristy items. They have water, oil and a little floating design in them. Were meaning past tense. So is that something that's not made now? Might I have some in my father's collection? Perhaps. Perhaps. We have to check that out. LOL, fake prison news. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not 100%, but it feels more genuine than other shows I've seen. There was one that was on, my husband was watching it. Was it called 30 Days? And they would put just like a normal person in a prison setting, like literally normal person in a prison setting. They would give them this whole dossier about who they were, what they did, et cetera, et cetera. And then somehow they would track them on the security cameras in the prison. And I think they had a microphone, maybe. I don't know. I think it was called 30 Days. But it seemed to be a little more realistic than, somebody walking around with a cameraman. Gola says, I use the OneNote for writing and tracking it on my iPad and laptop. So you enjoy OneNote? Is that like a free version, or is it a paid version, or is it like a standard app that comes with certain things? There's so many. I remember Evernote used to be a big thing. That was a long time ago, but I know it's still around. OneNote app. Okay. I like using drafts a lot. Drafts comes in so handy for me because it syncs up with your laptop and your phone, and I use it probably at least once a day, if not more than once a day. It's wonderful. OneNote app, free version. Erie says they still make them, but they were more popular back when people were driving Route 66. Yeah, that sounds like a Tom Hanks thing then, for sure. Celeste says, I use Notion for video planning. I like being able to access it on the phone and computer too. Yeah. Believe it or not, all of my video planning, I have to handwrite it out for some reason. I don't know. I have to do that brain dump on paper, and then I look at it on paper, and then I kind of fine tune it. Like I don't know if you were here earlier, but I said to Erie, like I literally rebranded this channel, and between yesterday and today, I came up with like 18 different video topics that I could just drop and film in a second. I have a pen review coming up. That's my first video. And then probably maybe something else later in the week. I'm not going to put a lot up on this channel. I want to test the waters. And I'm probably going to be doing some shorts too. Ooh, there's a bug. Definitely going to be incorporating some shorts in here, but just building slowly, you know, because I don't want to burn out with BookTube and I don't want to burn out over here. So I'm just spending time in both places. How's that? Celeste says, gotta try OneNote again. Hey, Crystal, what's going on? We're talking some productivity. What's shaking? Paper dump seems to be the way to go, though. I'd like to switch to 100% pen and paper, ideally. Yeah, that's when you get the new planner. You get the new notebook, the new planner, and a nice new pen. And that's your ritual, right? There's nothing like a good brain dump for me. I will just start writing like ideas down, and some like they sound crazy, and maybe I'll come back to it. But it's just that initial dump your thoughts, get it all out on paper that I just love it, love it, love it. So Crystal, do you do productivity? Do you do journaling? Do you do to-do lists? Do you do any of that? We're getting to know everybody's little styles. Gola does a write. He tracks his writing, or Gola tracks writing and reading. I do a little bit of everything. I love a good to-do list for sure. Well, thanks. That's my brain. That's the only thing that I could say. It's my brain. Like today, it's miserable here. So we're getting like the remnants of the storm Ophelia that happened, I guess. And so stayed home all day. From like 6 a.m, I edited the video that I put up today, and I still have a support small book too. I'm going to crank out after this. And like I filmed probably 5 or 6 different things, and I put up stuff over at the Patreon. So I'm just getting all my ideas out. It was a good productivity day, and I put all my laundry away, which was good. Jess says she does journaling. Awesome. I'm going to do a video on how to start a commonplace book too. You know what the crazy thing is about YouTube? If you just even say one thing near your phone, you're going to get 1,000 videos for something. So I don't know if I saw a video. I think I did. It's by this guy who's a philosopher, I think. And he talked about how to, or was it Randy Ray? Randy Ray may have mirrored this other video that he saw about journaling. And I was like, I kind of went down a rabbit hole, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I need to start a commonplace book. Crystal says, I keep a journal of sorts for my reading. It's basically lists. So I list out my monthly plans, then list out all the books I read that month, keep track of any reading events, stuff like that. I need to keep track of tags. I am so bad with that. I'm putting up a video on Tuesday where I'm like, clean slate. I'm starting fresh, and I'm going to start doing something new. So when I get tagged in something, I'm immediately going to write it down, because I just forget. And then, you feel bad, because then you're looking for a tag and you're like, I know I was tagged like 5 times. Why can't I remember what it was? It's just so bad. Let's see. Celeste says, I have a reading journal where I write my thoughts after I'm done reading each book. I'm trying to move my TBR to pen and paper too. Yeah, that's the one thing I won't have to do. No TBR for me. I just don't want to commit myself like that. I get miserable when I overcommit myself. And I know with books, I know how I am with books. So I'm kind of still in the seat of my pants. Yes, commonplace books are awesome. Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a go, but I'm gonna start. But maybe next week we'll do a video on that on this channel, and maybe like I'll allude to it over at the BookTube place. But just like a how to, like how to set it up, etc. So I found that fuzzy journal at Staples this week. It was advertised for like $4.50, and then when I took it to the register, it came down to like $1.96, and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Crystal or Celeste says, actually, I didn't mean TBR. I meant books I want to buy. Ha ha ha. There you go. I tagged you a few months ago. Do the New York Times book tag. All right. I'm writing this one down now. I'm starting a brand new list for tags. Thank you, Jess, for that reminder, because I actually resurrected an old tag today for Tuesday. Like a tag that hasn't been done. Like I haven't seen in like years, like 5 years. So I am writing that down. Oh, it's so great. There are so many different planner inserts that I have, but I have them for certain size planners that I want to replicate. This one is great. Look at this one. I don't know if you could see it, but it has goals, to-dos, priorities, overview, a space for notes, a little activity tracker. And then on the back, it has just like the days of the week. This is fantastic. This company, small business, started out on Etsy and then kind of branched out. Now they have their own website. But yeah, I need to get this is personal wide. Wait, where is it? So do you guys do like planner stuff? The personal, the A5, personal wide. It's a whole like thing. Let's see. I've had this current journal since 2020 and it's finally at the end. So I get to start a fresh one in 2024. I'm so excited. I'd like to add a bit more to it, not just bookish stuff. Yes. Yes. Uh-oh, I was going to tag you later this week. You could totally tag me. But when you tag me and I get notified, I'm writing it down from now on. The book tag you could not escape. That's okay. Bye, Jess. Thanks for stopping in. That is totally fine. I would rather be reminded than just like completely not do it. So no, I like it. I'll do it for next week. Hee. There's actually one that I got tagged in and I kept saying, summer's still here. I'm not going to do it. Summer's still here. I'm not going to do it. I know what you read last summer. Yeah. Maybe I'll wait till spring to do it. I'll write that one down. It's just time goes by so fast. Everybody's saying bye. I'm going to log off at 7. So like, this isn't going to be like a 3-hour tour. We're just going to do like an hour on Sundays, but this has been fun so far. What do you think? I mean, hopefully down the road, we'll be getting more into different styles of planning and difficulties people have and how we can work through them and ideas and, all that kind of good stuff. I don't know. I mean, I know that there's sprints that people do for planning and productivity, but I don't know if people actually talk about planning and productivity. I don't know. This could be a thing. How long do you think is too long to do a tag you were tagged in? I don't think there's an expiration date. That's just me. So if I remember a tag that somebody tagged me like in January, I'll do it. I don't think there's an expiration date, to be honest. So if there's a tag that you have like, not guilt, but you kind of been putting off or like you don't remember, and then you're like, oh man, I still have that tag. Just do it. There's no expiration date. Nobody knows when somebody tags somebody unless they go down a rabbit hole and start checking. Who cares? That's what I say. There's no rules in BookTube, Celeste. You know that. There's no rules. Look at me. I've got rocking 2 channels now. What the hell? But honestly, like I didn't want to flood reading this life with all this because I think people would just be like, where's Watson? Where's the books? Like enough with this planning stuff, lady. So I just wanted to, yes, Erie, yes. We could make a whole thing. We could do a whole thing of retro tags. It's Tag Tuesday, and I'm coming at you with a retro tag. I'm going to talk about my favorite books from 2017. Totally. People will watch it. You know that. It was a trick question. You're funny. I love it. I wonder what the first tag on BookTube was. That'd be interesting. But yeah, totally writing it down. And I'm going to utilize my drafts now because I have my phone. If I'm watching the video on my phone, I could just go to drafts and open up and say tags you were tagged in, and then fill it out and then just go through them. Because the worst is when a Tuesday rolls up and you're like, what am I going to do? You know, am I going to do a top 10? Am I going to do a tag? I don't know what I've been tagged in because they all kind of just like condense, you know, you kind of forget unless it's like a really popular one. Like what's the one that was going around? The behind the booktuber tag or something like that. There's one that I want to do. I saw it done this week. Makeup and something. All the younger girls were doing it, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna do it for people my age, you know." And they're like, "Yeah, do it. You're tagged." I'm like, "Okay," but I already put my makeup on this morning, so I couldn't do it. I'm like, I'm not gonna wash my face just to do it, so I'm gonna wait for like another day. That'll be a good one though, but I have to write that one down. I'm writing that one down too. I've got two built up on my list now. How's that? This is great. Yeah, so like I said, on this channel, we're going to do productivity. We're going to start talking about planning, about making sure that we're taking care of ourselves. We're going to talk about what we like in different planners, what we don't like. Pens, of course. We love talking about pens. Trends, all that kind of good stuff. Tags are fun, but if you do too many, it drowns out your regular content. Yeah, I'm kind of sporadic with it. Did I do a tag last week? I don't know if I did. Yeah, I'm kind of just keeping it to like maybe 2 a month, maybe 1 a month. Because I'm filming a lot more book reviews, so that's kind of a nice switch. I just don't want to be, you know, the girl that shows up and talks about small booktube and tags. Do I track my workouts? Yes, I did in the past. And I don't now, but in 2024, I'm going to again because I miss it. So I basically have, I actually did a video a long time ago about how to make your own tracker, and it's for the whole year on one sheet. It's for the whole year on one sheet like this. And it has the months and the days of the month. And then for each workout that you did, you just fill it in with a color. And for each day that you missed, you fill it in with a different color. So by the end of the year, it's so satisfying to just see like a lot of one color. And hopefully that's the one where you actually did workout. So yeah, and that gives you like a visual representation and that positive reinforcement to keep doing what you're doing, you know, because if you miss a day, you don't get to fill in the block, you know, and you want to fill in that block for sure. There's something to it. Am I still on a journey to find the perfect pen and paper combo, or do you already have your Holy Grail combo? I'm very close to having my Holy Grail combo. Very close. Yes. Super close. This pen is almost as good as it can get, but the black does not write as nice as the blue, and that's a problem for me. I still have this favorite pen I talked about earlier. This is the Pilot Friction that is fully erasable, and it is fantastic for planners and journaling, and you know you're going to screw up, so you can erase it, and it erases clean. Not like when we were kids and we had erasable pens when they first came out, and they would be Smudge City and all that. Paper-wise, for planners, I do like 32 pound. 32 pound is a great paper grade for me. I like a pen that does not smudge. I like a pen that does not bleed through. 32 has just the right amount of texture to it. And it's fantastic with, printing and making your own inserts. So that's wonderful. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. Yes, friction pen is amazing. Yeah. The white ones are tough to find though. They're hard to find at your local Staples, at an Office Max. You can find them online, but I went to Staples last week and they had a pack of 4, but you had to be careful because they had the non-erasable ones available. The erasable ones were all sold out or not available. So I hope they continue to make them because that's like my favorite pen. But this is my second favorite pen because it the ink flow is really, really nice. And the erasability is good too, but it's blue. And I'm a black pen person, but I use this for my to-do list book, and that's it. Oh, someone sent me, is that like the glass pen, like a glass fountain pen? Someone sent me one from Germany. There used to be an app called Litzy a long time ago. And Litzy was like Bookstagram before Bookstagram. And it was fantastic. You had authors on there, you had publishers on there. It was very easy to get ARCs. It was a fun app. And one year we had pen pals, and I had a pen pal from Germany, and we did like a holiday exchange thing. And she sent me, I think I know I still have the ink. She sent me, do I still have? Yeah, I do. She sent me ink from Germany. This is it. And I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Belgian tint? This is what the box looks like. And the ink, and she sent a glass fountain pen with it. Well, the pen dropped. And guess what happened? So I never even opened this. I'm going to open it now. Let's see. Oh, here it is. There's oh yeah, I didn't even open it. The seal is still on it. And that's the ink for it. Gunther Wagner. Belgian tint. And I don't know. I have no idea what the color is. I don't know anything. Pelican, Germany. So yeah. Pelican is the brand, I guess. And I'm assuming it's blue because it has this blue color to it. But I don't know. Yeah. But that's that. But yeah, if that's the glass pen you're talking about. And it was just the tip that got knocked. But I think I got rid of it. I didn't think I saved it. But yeah, I was like, oh, I can't use that now. But I still have the ink for it. Ooh, Staples and Office Depot are so few and far between in France, I'm sure. The best Staples I've ever been to is in Delaware. I hit it once every year. And it's fantastic because A, there's no sales tax. And B, they've come a long way with like office supplies and, different types of journals and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. Yeah, I do really well there. And I usually stock up on my frictions if they have it. Because who doesn't like getting away with not paying sales tax for sure? But they are few and far between for sure. How I got into all this, literally, I was a teenager. And we used to have a store at our local mall. And it was called the Rainbow Shop. I think it was called the Rainbow Shop. And it was in the 80s. And it was all stickers and pens and pencils and planners and journals and all kinds of, fantastical 80s colors. And you would just go in there and see all of these stickers. It was like going to a candy store. and you would buy like a sticker for like $1.25, and it was like the most gorgeous sticker. You would never peel it off. Like you would just keep it somewhere, like unicorns and all that stuff. It was just glorious. And I'm telling you, that fueled this addiction 1000%. I was heavily influenced as a child doing that. There is no doubt about it in my mind. I would love to open a store like that again. Oh, can you imagine? Somebody posted a video that I follow on YouTube today. They were at a Japanese stationery store, I think. I think it was a bigger booktuber. The name escapes me, but I think they did a vlog or something like that. Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, we did an hour. So I hope you thought this was fun. It was great sitting down and chit-chatting with you all. Oh, here we go. I love weird YouTube uproars. And earlier this year, there was one about Bay State blue fountain pen ink. Apparently, it could ruin your life because you can't wash it off. Oh, gosh. That sounds like a deal breaker to me. Ooh, I love that. I'm going to have to follow some planner channels. That's for sure. Some more shopping to do in France next time you come over here. Maybe I'll be there in the spring again. We had such a good time. Like, honestly, we think about it a lot. And the food was unbelievable. And I'm buying French butter now because of y'all, just so you know. And I'm putting butter on like my ham and cheese sandwiches. And I blame my experience over in France because it was so good. But yeah, but I hope you guys had fun. So this is just like an introduction to what we're going to be doing. So I want to do like a reset every Sunday. So we could check in with each other. We could still give each other tips. I have a lot of mental notes that I'm going to make. I want to start tracking my reading maybe a little bit differently. So Gola, I appreciate that. And it's just been fun. It's been fun talking shop with so many people that have the same interests. So I hope everyone's doing well. Make sure that, you take care of yourself. Give yourself some extra TLC this week. And I will see you in my next video, okay? Thanks for stopping by, everyone. I really appreciate it. Thanks for your support. This has been great. I will see you. Have a great night. I'm going to end the live. Bye.